All right, man. Let's talk about Triple G saying that he the Canelo fight will help him retire financially. Also, Canelo revealing who's the biggest puncher he's faced all time. Um, so let's get to that, man. And thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. Um, so Triple G said from a financial standpoint of view that the Canelo fight will help him retire, but he said that he don't plan on retiring, after the fight. Now Triple G's 40 years old. Obviously, there's no retirement plans in boxing. Now you can always invest in your own retirement, which is usually one of the smartest ways to. That's probably one of the smartest ways to do it. You got different various plans, and the earlier you start, the better. Um, um, but let's start off with this. So he Gennady Golovkin denies ever being hurt in his career, which I found this pretty comical. So Golovkin denies ever being hurt during his career. We see him hurt a few times. He was hurt his last fight. So I don't know why fighters lie about stuff of that nature. 40 years old. so so he says, I quote, I fought Canelo at 60, and I can say he was a faster puncher with faster combination, but I wouldn't say those were power punches, knockout punches. You saw that they were clean shots that brought no results, said Gennady Golovkin during the New York press conference on Monday. Now, I don't think so. I think the punches had some stank on there because Triple G wasn't really walking through Canelo. He refused to really walk through Canelo. Let's be real. He wasn't really walking through them shots. He stayed on the outside of the fence. He didn't go through the fence. He didn't go into Canelo's backyard, through Canelo's front yard. He didn't. He didn't. So you can say we can say whatever you want to say about that, but he ain't really run through Canelo Alvarez's yard. So Canelo definitely. I don't understand why fighters lie about shit like that because the tape doesn't lie. It doesn't lie, bro. Like, bro, you were not trying to walk through Canelo punches. You let Canelo, you cut the ring off on all the bums you fought before Canelo. Canelo don't have the best feet in boxing, nowhere near the greatest feet in boxing. And you let Canelo, you know, dance around the ring on you, and you refuse to close the distance off of Canelo because you was gonna get hurt. It's as simple as that. You were gonna get hurt. So we could say he could say whatever the hell, he want to say, but he was scared that he was gonna get hurt. That's the honest truth. He did not want to get hurt. He did hurt Triple G because if he didn't, Triple G, he really wanted to close the show. He should have closed the show. Let's be real. But nonetheless, of course, he's in a different weight class now, 61, 68. But him saying he can go to 190 and beat Usyk, come on, get back to reality. All right, Golovkin said about Canelo, quote, everybody is tough, said Golovkin when asked who hurt him. All my opponents knew how to punch, and believe me, they punch hard. But as Jonathan said, I was not hurt or knocked down, so it's hard for me to rate them. Quote, he's never been knocked down. He's never been hurt. So who is going to hurt him if he hasn't been hurt? Said Golovkin, trying to Jonathan Banks, who was failing to mention Triple G hurt by Sergey Dobrychenko, Ryota Murata, and Kasim Uma. There has been nobody, he's told everybody, come on. They came and they got hurt, said Banks. Okay, I love Jonathan Banks, but he got hurt for sure versus Dobrychenko. For sure versus Murata, he was hurt. So, I mean, like I said before, now it's hard to envision him getting knocked down. Getting knocked out because he ain't never really been knocked down. So I get that premise of it. So I feel that, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's pretty much what they trying to um I think that's pretty much what they trying to articulate, that he never been knocked down. So, you know, so that is what it is. But we'll see, we'll see. So, Canelo's never knocked out his high level opponents. So high level prime opponents, even some of the high level old opponents, he's never knocked down. But nonetheless, let's switch the lanes. Uh, so so let's go back, way back in time. So Canelo reveals that James Kirkland is the hardest puncher that he fought. And out of all the punchers he fought, it's probably not hard to believe in Gulo was past his prime or Kirkland was past his prime. Lara is rumored to be a really good puncher, but he only throw one shot at a time. Um, Kovalev, but we know he was drained. Bivol can punch. We all seen that. So kind of shocker, but not a shocker at the same time. You know, so it is what it is. So this fight, Canelo says, will be Golovkin's last payday. When asked about fight, how does he plan to be super aggressive and search for the knockout? It might actually prove beneficial to Golovkin. We all know can crack. Canelo said he doesn't care. In addition, Canelo said Triple G is not the hardest puncher he's been in the ring with. Naturally, Canelo, 57-2-2, 39 KOs, was then asked who was the hardest puncher he's faced. Canelo might have come as something. Alvarez's answer might come of somewhat of a surprise. He said, "I don't care what. I don't care that being aggressive in the fight might be beneficial to Triple G. If you want something in life, you have to take the risk," Canelo said. James Kirkland is the hardest hitter I fought. It was unbelievable. I felt the punches right there raising my arm. So there you go. So he said, James Kirkland was the hardest puncher that he fought. I mean, Kirkland can crack. If we being real, Kirkland can punch. So that's one thing he did do. He might have been at the end of his career. He also was actually supposed to fight Jamal Charlo that night. Canelo Alvarez. But apparently he's a big dude too for the division. He got an 81% knockout ratio. He last fought in 2020. Didn't know that he fought in the pandemic versus Juan Montiel. And I guess they was I did. That was on PBC. And I guess they was trying to set up James Kirkland and Jamal Charlo for Juneteenth. So yeah, he said that's the hardest puncher that he fought. So shit, who am I to change his opinion? Kirkland can punch. Kirkland has some of the last few entertaining fights on you know, his last two like tough, last few like his last fights, with what's my man's name that's always getting in wars, Glenn Tapia and Gulo. And Gulo was an HBO classic. Glenn Tapia was an HBO classic. So yeah, I could believe that, man. He bought a lot of joy and great fights, to HBO. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I ain't lying. Kirkland was a beast, but kind of a little bit surprised, but not really. When you look at Canelo Alvarez's resume, I mean, Kovalev can punch, but we know Bivol can punch. Maybe a little bit surprised there. Danny Jacobs can punch. Chavez, he was drained. So yeah, I guess. So that's me. Cool, super cool, man. He's a Kirkland can punch though. He said he felt it on his arms. And a lot of fighters don't want to like really answer that. Mayweather refused to answer that question years ago. At least Canelo gave an honest answer. Golovkin told me I've never been hurt. Like we seen you hurt, G. We seen it with our own two eyes. I know you see it. So Golovkin says Canelo will help me retire from a financial standpoint. He said it's not. I changed my style. I expanded my arsenal. I became more versatile. Said Golovkin to second side when asked about if he changed his fighting style. I don't really see it, but he fight with a little bit of a rhythm now. But because of the fights during the time, they were all different opponents, and I had to take different approaches. Said Golovkin and making excuses why he stopped fighting an aggressive Mexican style after lost to Canelo Alvarez 2018. I realized this fight against Canelo is going to be a tough fight, and we're going to get ready for this with my coach. I'll definitely show my best. My Mexican style is with me. It's not going anywhere. I'll be using that as well, said Golovkin. Again, I'll show I think my best and hope that we will succeed. To be honest, I didn't react immediately because I didn't pay too much attention to what he was saying at the moment. Golovkin Love said when asked about his also Canelo calling him an a-hole. I would say that I was disappointed at his approach because I believe it's low, and I mean to behave in that way does not do good to the world of boxing in general. Quote, I'll retire at some point, and it's not far, said Golovkin, reacting to Canelo saying he's going to retire him on September 17th. He's going to help me retire from a financial standpoint, first of all, but we'll see, said Golovkin. So he said he's going to help him retire from a financial standpoint, but he said he was going to see. And I think in the past, I think not too long after this article, that he said that he didn't plan on retiring. So I think he said he didn't plan on retiring after this fight. So, shit, he ain't lying. It's gonna be a good retirement fund, and then you still hold two titles at 160 pounds. You know, so I mean, cool. But I just don't envision Canelo losing two times in a row, especially in Vegas. You know, he gonna have to be like old and not his prime. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that happening. But I believe Golovkin said, uh, I think Golovkin said he wasn't retiring. I could be wrong. Maybe maybe I'm tripping. So, but but I believe he said he wasn't retiring. But I could just use the search engine. But I want to. So I don't know. But I thought he said he wasn't retiring. So who knows? But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. So I mean, obviously, he's gonna get a big chunk of change fighting Canelo, and at least he was honest about it. It will help me retire. So, oh, here we go, right here. There we go. Child the Bleach report. So it says Gennady Golovkin says he doesn't plan to retire after Canelo trilogy. You know, Max, Triple G, who turns 40 in April, told TMZ Sports in an interview released Thursday he'd even consider a fourth matchup with Alvarez. Quote, not yet, I'm not ready yet. Golovkin said when asked about retirement, the business side of continuing the fight is very interesting. So he in it for the money. He says the business side. He still got two belts. You think at 40 years old he gonna fight like Jamal Charlo and guys like that? You see the article right here, June 30th, 2022. You think he gonna rumble in the jungle with guys like Jamal Charlo? Hell no. He ain't gonna do nothing but hold the division up. He ain't gonna do nothing but hold the division up. And like I said before, that is what I mean. That's his prerogative. But he says the business side, man, he fighting for money at this point. Y'all talking about calling Keith Thurman a mercenary, Tim Bradley. This dude is a mercenary. This dude is a mercenary. This dude is a mercenary. He just told you, the business is very interesting. But I ain't mad at you because they don't have no pensions. If you don't, find a good annuity, IRA fund or something like that, shit, shit, you ass out. So, yeah, but I ain't. Hey, you can't be mad at him, bro. Can't be mad at him, bro. Because at the end of the day, same fans that's criticizing you say you ain't did this, say you ain't did that. You know, they be the same one when you broken on your knuckles, sharing your story and not donating nothing. You know, so I mean, just like I said before, fans to do all share your story, talk about what happened to Golovkin. He's now in the wheelchair, and they make all your money off the video and not show you no money, no love, no nothing. So you gotta get it while you can, bro. Straight up and down, you gotta get it while you can. So it is what it is, man. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. that subscribe button. It's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. All right. Also, my link tree there. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, um, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Radio Public, all there, man. I appreciate the love, support, everybody support the channel. Check the Box News playlist out. Peace.